East China's Zhejiang province is home to some of the world's leading companies, including tech giant Alibaba and automobile manufacturer Geely. Its capital city, Hangzhou, is hosting the Asian Games in 2022. But with the pandemic, how is the province planning to keep boosting its economy? CGTN's Wu Li has this exclusive interview with Yuan Jiajun, Party Secretary of Zhejiang Provincial Committee, who shares his vision and outlook for the next 5 years.
Building a digital society has been a key trend across most countries around the world. Zhejiang province recently held a special meeting to promote globalization and plan a global digital hub. How do you plan to achieve these targets?
那么这个改革的目标呢，我觉得我们就是要推动省域治理现代化。
So the goal of this digital reform is to promote the modernization of provincial governance. At the same time, we need to systematically improve our economic growth, social development, legal system, and the provincial government, boosting overall vitality. In the past, we made certain breakthroughs in certain areas of the digital transformation.
那我们这次数字化改革，它是一个全方位的，要一体化。那么全方位呢，我们认为就是从经济社会从法治，从政府。
But this time, digital reforms cover every aspect of our society. We will encourage enterprises, social organizations, legal and government departments to move forward with digital reforms. We've set up a systematic and intelligent public data platform. We'll focus on 5 major applications, including the digital government, the digital economy, digital society, and the digital legal system.
5个方面呢，都要全方位来推动所以就是5。另外呢，我们还这个2呢，就是要构建数字化改革的理论体系，还有数字化改革的制度体系。
In addition, we also need to enhance the theoretical and legislative system of digital reforms. At present, our whole province is in action. We hope to achieve some positive results in a year, big changes in 2 years, and a systematic upgrade in 5 years, which will be at the end of our 14th five-year plan. We hope Zhejiang province can offer a new set of solutions in this digital age.
我们也希望呢，能够在数字变革这样的一个时代，浙江能够提供一个全新的、整体的一套解决方案。
Global trade and foreign investment have been hit hard by the pandemic. What progress has Zhejiang made in attracting foreign investment and expanding opening up in the past year, and what are the next steps?
那从浙江的角度来说呢，我们就是要率先控制住疫情，率先复工复产。去年呢，比如说我们的对外贸易。
Indeed, the key to Zhejiang's recovery was to get the pandemic under control first and then resume our work and production. Our foreign trade volume reached a record high in 2020. The total value of Zhejiang province's imports and exports reached 3.38 trillion yuan, and the export volume reached 2.5 trillion yuan, an increase of 9%, which accounted for 14% of China's total share of exports. We also achieved rapid growth in attracting foreign investment. Last year, the province had 2,821 foreign investment projects at a total amount of $15.78 billion, a year-on-year increase of 16.4%.
16.4%，而且占全国吸引外资的比重呢，也达到了10.9%。我们去年由原来的舟山自贸实验区
Zhejiang's foreign investment amount accounted for 10.9% of China's total foreign investment share in 2020, and we also made significant progress in expanding the free trade zone. Besides the Zhoushan Free Trade Zone, we also added cities like Ningbo, Hangzhou, and Yiwu into the free trade zone. In this way, we have a larger free trade zone and platform. Through this series of initiatives, we hope to boost domestic consumption and dual circulation in both domestic and overseas markets. As far as dual circulation is concerned, we will focus on enhancing cooperation with countries involved in the Belt and Road Initiative. We will expand the opening up of the market of Zhoushan's oil and gas industrial chain. At the same time, we will build a global commodity storage and transportation trade hub to push forward global business reforms. In particular, we will coordinate major ports including airports, seaports, land ports, and the internet to promote the development of dual circulation.
来推动国际、国内、国际双循环战略枢纽的建设。
The 14th Five-Year Plan and the Vision for 2035 are key agendas for this year's two sessions. As a National People's Congress deputy from Zhejiang Province, can you outline what Zhejiang will look like in the next 5 years and how it will adhere to the 2035 goals?
我们浙江呢，全省上下都把打造重要窗口作为我们的重要使命啊，所以呢，中时践行88战略，奋力打造重要窗口，是我们在“十四五”的一条主题主线。
To build an important window to fully demonstrate the superiority of the socialist system with Chinese characteristics is a key mission for Zhejiang Province in our 14th Five-Year Plan. So we will follow the strategy of making full use of 8 advantages and implementing 8 major measures, which was proposed by President Xi Jinping when he worked in Zhejiang Province from 2002 to 2007. We will strive to build a pioneer province in a modern socialist country. Specifically, we'll focus on several golden name cards for Zhejiang's economic and social development. These golden cards will include leading private enterprises, dynamic digital economies, regional coordinated development, updated overall governance, expanded opening up, social safety, ecological and green development, and at last, a loyal and innovative public servants team. So we've made systematic planning and policies around these objects in the 14th Five-Year Plan. All in all, Zhejiang's future development is to build a happy and beautiful grand garden for people living and working here.
围绕这些方面做了系统的谋划，而每一项工作当中呢，都有具体的思路、举措、抓手。 还有一些平台，包括政策。那么最终呢，我们要落脚在人的现代化，要建设人民的幸福美好家园。
Private enterprises play an increasingly important role in Chinese economy. Zhejiang is home to many leading private manufacturers. So what measures will you take to further promote the growth of the manufacturing sector?
民营经济是浙江经济的最大特色，啊，民营企业家呢也成为浙江社会的最宝贵财富。那么我们目前啊，民营经济在浙江的经济社会版图当中
The private economy is seen as the biggest feature of Zhejiang's economic growth. Private entrepreneurs have also become the most valuable asset of our society. These private companies play a leading role in Zhejiang society. For example, these private companies accounted for 66% of GDP growth, 74% of taxes, 80% of exports, and 87% of employment. 92% of all the companies in Zhejiang are private ones. Each year, China has a key list of its top 500 private companies. In 2020, there were 96 private companies from Zhejiang in that list, a number that has ranked first across China for 22 consecutive years. So our next step is to continue to introduce tailor-made measures to help these private companies. We have made specific plans to help and foster listed companies, to attract more multinational companies, and to boost small and medium innovative companies. The most important thing is to create a market-oriented rule of law and an international business environment. Last year, due to the impact of the pandemic, Zhejiang Province took 5 measures to help these private companies. We reduced tax cuts, rent, interest, and the government's own spending cuts. In 2020, we reduced over 480 billion yuan for enterprises, and mostly private enterprises benefited from that policy. And after our investigations, the hardest thing for private companies is now financing. It usually took a very long time for them to borrow money. So the province launched a special project to solve the problem and difficulties of financing. We're doing our best to make enterprise investments more convenient, taking innovative means to promote the healthy development of the private economy in Zhejiang.
尽可能的推动企业投资的便利化，所以采取一系列的创新的手段，去推动民营经济在浙江的健康发展。
China aims to have CO2 emissions peak before 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality before 2060. As a major province in eastern China, how does Zhejiang plan to meet these requirements while maintaining economic growth?
浙江呢是作为习近平主席主政浙江期间提出的两山理念的发源地他提出来呢绿水青山就是金山银山。 所以长期以来呢，浙江一直围绕着绿色。
Zhejiang is the origin of the concept that clear waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets, which President Xi Jinping proposed. So Zhejiang has always followed the green and high-quality development pattern. We've set up a special team to carefully analyze a series of indicators in terms of our total energy consumption, total carbon emissions, energy consumption, and so on. The overall idea is to achieve low-carbon transformations in social production. We need to adjust and reform the structures including industry, transport, agriculture, and energy.
第二个呢，我们就要推动能源的绿色低碳转型。
We need to extensively promote the application of green energy. The third is to promote low carbon and green lifestyles. And at last, I think we need to achieve carbon capture and trade through scientific and technological innovation. We are now in accordance with the requirements of the central government, making very detailed plans and analysis. We are very confident that we will achieve carbon dioxide peak emissions before the national timeline. This is one of the major targets in our 14th five-year plan.
新的方式和新的模式，我们现在按照中央的要求，正在开展非常详细的工作详细的分析测算工作。我们也有信心，一定要在国家的目标之前，我们率先呢实现。 碳达峰把这样的目标作为我们下一步“十四五”的一个很重要的发展目标，全力推动。
So Hangzhou, Zhejiang's capital city, will host the Asian Games and Asian Para Games in 2022. How is the preparation going?
因为2022亚运呢是明年，我们预计是明年9月份，所以我们在确保明年4月份之前，所有的场馆。 都要建设完毕，同时其他的基础设施。
Because the 2022 Asian Games is set to be held in September next year, we're making sure that all venues will be finished by next April, and that the rest of the infrastructure is basically in place. At the same time, we're also improving the city's overall quality, enhancing barrier-free and other necessary facilities. We're all working together, and in particular, a large number of volunteers are joining us. We all hope that the global society will have a better understanding and affection about Hangzhou through hosting the Asian Games. Marco Polo, a 13th century Italian Roman traveler, once traveled to Hangzhou. He described Hangzhou as the most splendid city in the world. President Xi Jinping has also praised Hangzhou as a historic and cultural city full of innovation and vitality. The G20 summit in Hangzhou has presented the world as a unique combination of history and the modern development of the city. Now the Asian Games offers Hangzhou a new opportunity so that Asia and the whole world will know more about Hangzhou. So we're still in the process of intense preparations. We're very confident that we'll offer you a wonderful, unforgettable, green and frugal Asian Games.
因为现在还在紧张的筹备过程当中，我们很有信心让这次亚运会呢办成一个精彩的亚运，一个难忘的亚运，一个绿色的亚运，一个节俭的亚运。
Any welcoming words for global athletes and audiences?
Zhejiang Province has the most beautiful landscape, rich cultural heritage, innovative, dynamic economy, especially the digital economy. We have a loving and warm-hearted society. We have a beautiful countryside. We have a lucid water and green mountains. We have creative and dynamic team of entrepreneurs. We have pragmatic and efficient government. And above all, the intelligent, hardworking, friendly, and beautiful people. So I would like to give friends from Asia and the whole world our warmest welcome to the city of Hangzhou. I'm certain that you will have a fulfilling trip. Thank you so much.